Alright everyone, it is I, your Astral Valentine, and today we are going to be revisiting an old favorite of mine in terms of worlds, that being, Astral Bounds, because, this world recently got updated. Yeah, it actually got a whole host of new improvements. For one thing, they fixed some of the issues with the original version of the map, and optimize it a bit. And for another, um, there's a whole lot of new shit added. It is really quite insane what they did. And to fully explore it, I am going to have to basically go through everything sequentially and, just, explain it from there on out. Just so you can fully appreciate it. So that's pretty much my plan for tonight. Now, also, I am going to be discussing, I do want to reminisce on a game oh fuck, I nearly fell off. I'm alright though. But yeah, I do want to kinda, discuss something new in terms of Abby's as well. Because just recently, I started thinking back to a really old game I played a real long time ago. And I thought, you know what, maybe I could base my rendo on that in terms of color. I'll discuss that more when we get around to that. But for now, let's get into this. Let's actually, actually start us off here. And yes, this is gonna be another God Runner stream because accessing some of the worlds and figuring out which portals lead where is a pain in the ass sometimes. So yeah. Not gonna be doing that tonight. Tonight I am actually gonna be taking the much preferred path of you know, just using God Runner and just flying around the map in my God Runner and just try to access the crystals from there instead. So let's get right to this. So first up is the most important crystal. That's the one to actually open up the gates up here and, let everything flood in. But first, before we do that, I think I should give at least a little bit of background into this world and what it is, what exactly we are here for. What all this is basically. So, Astral Bounds, shit! Not the only stream scuff, am I right? But no, seriously. Astral Bounds is basically what it is, according to the description, is a boundary between, dreams and reality. It's basically to keep the dream world in and to, protect reality from, it encroaching and causing all sorts of mayhem and really bad stuff to happen. So yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just a wall between reality and the dream world. And there are these, well, formerly there were 2 crystals, now there are 3, that can affect the way the map works, in various ways. The first one opens the gate up there and lets everything flood through there, and it's really hard to explain. You kind of have to see it for yourself, but it basically creates a planet, and it does a really cool light show. That's the only way I could really put it to words. And the map is made by Vectriel, somebody who actually composed all their original music, meaning that I don't have to worry about DMCA or, getting major legal trouble because, yeah, I kept my volume up and some music was DMCA protected. So, yeah, that is very nice, as far as maps go, especially because nowadays, more and more people are using big budget music, and licensed big budget audio is something that I cannot play on stream for obvious reasons. mainly because the a little something called the law prevents me from doing so. So yeah. Um, yeah, I can't. It's just really nice that um, they just use their own shit instead of just going to a big budget music repository, just copy pasting it into their world, which is what I see way too many world developers do nowadays. Um, yeah, that's very nice. And now my first time here, my first true time here, I guess, back in the Snowden stream, I really praised it for its graphics and just good design overall. Or at least, it's, light shows and all that. Like, and the fact they literally hand animated all of this. And hey, Henry, how you doing? But yeah, as I said, they literally hand animated all of this. Completely, uh, on their own. They did not use IO-Link or any of that jazz. They just completely, just straight up, just animated everything themselves. They And yeah, I know you were. I know. They they synchronized everything themselves, they choreographed everything themselves. None of it was automated through IO-Link. All of it was just purely them. And that takes some dedication. That takes some really serious dedication and hard work. And for that, I really, really just praise it. The only complaint I have about this map, as you can see, is just really just low like texture alignment quality and like just texture mapping, and also there's like weird artifacting, like stripe, like I don't know if you could describe it as zebra stripes or what, but yeah, there's some weird issues with that. And to be honest, I think that has more to do with their style of creating worlds than it does with anything else, because from what I can see, they use a style where they just build everything in Blender and then just pour it over, and then just add all the colliders and everything themselves, instead of just making smaller assets and just building it, up like that. So I think that might be the reason for the weird striping and all that shit going on. But yeah, understanding that is just their way of creating worlds that probably is due to some technological limit of some sort, and just real like the aesthetic and everything else of it. I didn't knock too many points off. In fact, it's still a really, really good world overall. It's just a really fantastic world that is just really solid in pretty much everything else. But yeah. And here is the first animation. It's already started. And this time, because I know it's not DMCA, I'm gonna keep my audio way up so you can hear it. Because the music that goes around along with this is one of the sickest beats I've ever heard. An absolute banger of a song. Here it goes! Really doesn't do it justice. There we go. And yeah, there is occasional scratching. I don't really know what caused that. Again, I can tell that they're on a really limited budget as far as resources goes, so I don't really hate on them too much for any weird shit in their maps. Vectrail is still really good at what they do. And also, I believe this animation was slightly changed from when I last streamed this world, because I don't remember any of the weird blue stuff going through there. Yeah, I don't remember any of that blue shit. I'm pretty sure that's new. Again, don't quote me on that. And I really need to, how could I have fucked this up again? Streaming, please ask. There. That's the thing about me. You could always rely on my streams to be super scuffed. Every single fucking time. Because I am a dumbass. A professional one. But still a dumbass. Just look at that. And all that was done completely manually. No IO link. No automation of any kind. Just completely manual. And just completely just, just set up with timers and a bunch of other coding weirdness and manual animation and all that. I don't know how to work with you, Don. What I'm good at is just sound like I know what I'm talking about. To be honest, if I don't really know anything, I just try to sound like I know what I'm talking about. It's a nervous habit. Don't judge me. Ho 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 ho! There it is! That is a serious hype moment for me every single time I see it. God damn. Um, I love this map. I really do. It is just... It's just a good place to hang out. I mean, not only do you have the fucking light shows and, just the crystals and the sick beats and all that, but you got a really, mostly aesthetically pleasing world. Okay, occasionally it might lack in the aesthetically pleasing department, especially with the stairs. The stairs look kind of weird, but other than that, a really just pleasing and amazing world to go to. And just hang out with friends and just chat about shit. And I am very thankful for Zero Flora for introducing me to this world. Which, by the way, Zero Flora is the same one who made this Abby I'm currently wearing. Yeah, just very thankful for her. Not only being not only being kind of my mechanic, more or less, in terms of making Abbies and shit, but if you could describe her as that. But also kind of, just introducing me to cool worlds. There's a lot of things I'm thankful for from her. I'm just very grateful she's my friend. Alright, and that's where I have to get into the obligatory around 20 minutes in, 17 to 20 minutes in serious shit discussion, because yeah, this is where I'm gonna bring up the and I know a lot of you guys are probably rolling your eyes at this, but yeah, I have to bring this up. So the game Salt Robo. That one with the dog, Red was his name, and talk a lot and all them. Well, I kind of had an idea. You see, I started thinking back on games I played, because here's the thing. The Joker shit has been kind of done to death. So, I started kind of looking back on what I watched, experienced, and played and all that way back in 2011, 2012, 2000 X whatever year. And then I remembered that back in 2011, before I got the 3DS, the final game I played on my old DS was Ultra Robo. So then I kind of thought, you know what I could do? I could style my new Rindo after Chocolate. Just give it purple hair, some goggles, the weird hat she wears, or the rest of her outfit, and all that. Just have Rindo Nocturne kind of look like that. Vaguely look like that. I mean, it won't be exactly because I don't want CyberConnect 2 and Bandai to get upset, but, it won't be too far off, I guess. Just enough. So that, it could satisfy my goal of just styling after her. And also not make Bandai get pissed off at me for legal reasons. Obvious legal reasons, I might add. So that's probably the design I am going to choose. For Rendo Nocturne is just that, but then add a bunch of other shit like swappable goth Lolita outfits, a large ass scythe, a revolver, a cool katana, uh, giant broadsword, and a bunch of other shit. And also slap on some Lustratio wings because that's what my old Gigia had. And I used to love my old Gigia back before the creator got into some controversy and had to take down all of his abbeys and end up deleting their account and all that. But yeah, I used to but yeah, that's pretty much gonna be my plan from here on out. Is just step one will be getting it to look like I'll have a couple phases to it. Phase one will just be setting up the rendo in general, and getting it to look like chocolate gelato and doing all the color mods and shit. Phase two will be adding the scythe and all that, and that phase will be done once I have the Rift headset, my cat piss covered Rift S. And yeah, I do say cat piss covered because as a joke about my budget, because once again I have no fucking money. So yeah, that's kind of why I joke about cat piss covered Rift S a lot. And then phase 3 will be the Lustratio setup. And that will probably be the trickiest and take the longest. So until then, I'm just going to be using Go-Go Loco without the cool Lustratio effects. And just see how that works for flight. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to add all the Lustratio stuff afterwards. So yeah, there's gonna be quite a few different phases to this, just because one, I don't have enough time to do it all at once. I still have to stream regularly. Two, I don't have all the money to do it all at once. Hell, I barely have enough money to fix my PC half the time. And three, and more importantly, just to make sure, that's kind of my way of doing shit, is if I don't have to do it all at once, I complete one system, make sure it works, then, move on to another. Then complete another system, make sure it works, thoroughly test it, then move on to the next phase. And then, so on and so forth. And that is kind of just my way of doing it. It has been my way of doing it for the longest time. And I'm never going to change my way of doing it because, it just works. Like, everything works perfectly when I do it like that. And, there's no real issues or anything I have to really worry about there. So, yeah, that's pretty much my, my overall, my overall, pretty much my overall overarching plan, as far as, Rendo Nocturne goes, and, actually constructing that, and, getting that out the door. So, yeah, that's yeah, it's pretty much gonna be, how I'm doing it from here on out. Now, also, before we continue on, with the rest of the crystals and shit, I also do want to cover another Abbey that I'm thinking about getting, that being a God Revenger. I know that I'm sticking with my God Runners still, and I'm gonna have Redline for a really long time. Redline is basically my old reliable in this game. And I know I say old reliable about a lot of shit, but Redline is my version of old reliable in this game. Like, she's always there if I need something to fly. It's always there if I need something to, just get me up to higher areas, to just be cool and badass, to, house any weapons I need, all that shit. It's just really just good for tons of different purposes and just works fantastically. And that is why I am going to be really just keeping Redline for a lot longer and still using her even when I still have all new Avies and all that. But even then, I am like I have heard a lot of good shit about the God Revenger, and also the God Revenger has a lot of features that the God Runner doesn't, and can also be pretty much used on stream a lot more often than the God Runner. Um, like I don't feel as nervous, or I won't feel as nervous with it on stream, I guess you could say. Now that one will be modeled after another old favorite of mine. That one will be actually no, that one will be just black and red. Either just straight up just red line colors, or based on Mew Ishigo. Because I love Mew Ishigo. Mew Ishigo, Mew Ishigo is just like one of my favorite cat girls in the world in terms of like anime characters and shit goes. And really, Tokyo Mew Mew was for as bad as the anime is, and as unwatchable as it is, and as total shit as the show is, and just as much of like a so bad is good, just total so bad is good, just clusterfuck of a show it is, was more or less my entry into anime. That and Tengen Toppa Girl Lagann, which is a good show. Um, so like it holds a special place in my heart, despite being shit. Is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that is pretty much why I am probably gonna get my Revenger modeled after her, and also just so it looks different from Redline, because yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't really like when two Abbies I have look alike. Makes it hard to tell sometimes, even if But then again, sometimes I do. So who cares? Or rather, who knows? Who knows how I'm gonna get designed in the end? But probably the Ishigo option, only because one, there's not a single good Mew Ishigo Abby in the entirety of this game, and two, uh, let's be honest here, that entirely has to do with the fact that that is a very obscure show, and not a lot of people know what the fuck Tokyo Mew Mew is. Whereas on the other hand, there are hundreds of Gundam Abbies. And two, as I was saying, um, just simply because, it just holds such a special place in my heart. So, yeah, that is pretty much what I'm probably going to end up with here. But anyway, on to the next crystal. Now this one, I am not going to be flying up for, because there's actually a really cool way we could get up there. Traveling in this world is always a bit of a pain in the ass, because you don't know which door is going to lead to where. But this one I am very well versed in. Mhm. There it is! And I still absolutely just love. Like, there's just something about this style of just, like, architecture I love because, I mean, it just looks like my kind of place. Like, I have quite a few different tastes in places. And, you know, just this kind of just design is just one of them. Like, it would just be a real cool place to just chill and hang out, basically. So, yeah. Oh! Now this crystal actually does something really cool. I don't think I showed it off previously because I misunderstood its purpose. I thought it was gonna make the big ass moon and shit stop working too. But no, what it actually does is it actually, if we go over here, starts an Aurora Borealis. Which, out of any map I have seen, except for like the HD Snowden remake, is one of the best auroras I've seen in VRChat history. Okay, not really. It is very blurry, and actually, no, it's fine. It's actually really good. But yeah, it's one of the hands down coolest animations I've seen in the entire game. And it's making my graphics card up to holy shit. 72 degrees Celsius and 86% GPU load. What the fuck's going on here? Okay, so now 93% GPU load. I need a new graphics card. God damn. Alright. So, big question. How do we get over to the third crystal? Well, there are several ways. But first, before we show that, I do want to show one other thing that the update has given us. You see, earlier, like a few months ago, when I first visited this place, this entire area was not accessible to me unless I just went really high up, then tried to jump off there and then down here. But now, with the new update, they add a little tightrope and actually made this place officially accessible to everyone. Meaning that people can now fully access this entire structure here and actually, feel like what, or rather, feel what it's like to stand on top of a floating platform being suspended in the air by crystals and, just to look out over the world. And that's pretty fucking cool, say. Like, it's just really good that they just opened the entire world up now and that everything is pretty much finished, give or take. I don't doubt that they're gonna add more in the future, but for now, I think this is it. I think this is like, as far as they're gonna take it for now, especially given how, this is really amazing what they have so far. Just a really just well made, well put together, just phenomenal world that is just really just it's real something. It's really just a defining world of VRChat and just like one of the things that really elevates this game and shows off what people could create if they actually put in the time, the effort, the work, all of that to really just make something just amazing and fantastic and cool. I just love it. Whoop! Got myself there. Rule number 35. If there's a ledge, sure your Valentine will most likely fall off it. That rule holds up. True, even to this day. Alright, but seriously, how do I actually make it over there? Well, there are actually a few, options. As far as I know. You could, one, where is it? I know there's a door to there somewhere. Yeah, I can never quite remember where the door there is, but the point is that there is a door there, and you can go to it. And number two, more importantly, okay, there is. Ah, that's right. Wait, what? Okay, so you're basically saying that I need flight to get over the. My God, Vetriel. This is why I carry God Runner. Or you can just fly over like I usually do. Especially because it seems that the portal to actually get here is broken still. Which is just... they could really fix that. They could really... And, I really don't understand why they didn't fix that in the new update. Like, I just genuinely don't get it. Did a notification go off? Oh no, it's fine. But yeah, I don't really understand why they didn't fix that in the new update, especially because, like they actually like activated the crystal, so you want people to access that, but apparently not. Apparently that is not the way Vectrail operates. And also, carefully notice how there are 4 ropes but there's only 3 crystals. Again, a big indicator that eventually they are going to add. They are going to add a 4th crystal eventually. And I don't doubt that movie platform is probably part of it. That's probably why it's there in the first place, is because if you remember back to my old stream I did on this world, you'll remember that there was a 4th crystal on there, or I believe there was. Again, I'm gonna have to check the VOD, but I'm pretty 90% sure there was. And that 4th crystal was also dormant. So obviously it was for a future update. So eventually in a future update, they're probably going to bring that 4th crystal back. And it's going to do whatever weirdness Vectreal sets it up for. I don't really know at this point what they could do. But, given that there are 4 ropes, I don't doubt that eventually, they will, do some pretty cool stuff with it eventually. Um, but for now we're just gonna have to wait and see see what actually develops of this map, because so far this map is really just developing into something awesome, and I'm gonna show you why here in a minute. Because after this is when the real fun begins, or the real fun of this new update begins, I might add. I might say, but yeah. And yeah, I'm not so sure why they did not open up that portal. I hope that they rectify that in a new update. Just so that I don't have to, constantly fly using a God Runner to get around everywhere. But, let's just do this. Here we go! Oh god! Oh fuck! And my stream is getting a little unstable. What the fuck? I ended up over here! Oh, it's stable again. And oh Jesus, I am lagging like hell. And dropping frames like crazy. Oh, now we're good. But anyway, this is the real pinnacle of this new update right here, is all this down here. Because what they've added is a complete underwater section that after you ring the Cedulus crystal and Solaris crystal, I don't know how you pronounce that, becomes completely accessible to you and basically forms out of the water as this kind of like ice structure, this ice cave, pretty much, more or less. And it has some really cool stuff in it. As like an entire fucking underwater ruin part, as it's just got a lot of shit, and to explain it all, well, it's better to just show you. Yep! That's right. That is exactly what you think it is. An entire replica of the Milky Way galaxy. Just sitting down there, just ever expanding and getting grayer in size. We'll check back on it later once it's at full size. But yeah, it really is quite something. And all that, by the way, is particles. Every single one is a light particle. Is not a sprite, is not a PNG, is not a model, is all just made up of light particles, all synchronized to travel in one direction. And all, just fanning out into this ginormous galaxy-like structure that is basically just a representation of our own galaxy, and that is absolutely incredible. It really shows once again just how talented Vectriel is as a world designer and as a world creator. Like, this entire thing down here really just shows that Vectriel is probably on par with Dr. Moreau, if not even somewhat being the guy. Like, what they could do with particles and stuff, and just what they could make with all this is just, it just blows my mind every time. Like, the first time I saw Astral Bounds in its original incarnation, I was blown away. Then it evolved into this. And just look at all this. This is just my jaw just drops every time I fucking see this. This is just insane. Needless to say, just in terms of like level of detail, in terms of just just how they just did it, like everything is just absolutely just some of the most impressive shit I've seen. And to be honest, we really need more worlds like this, that really push the envelope, that really push, like, that just do cool shit like this. We really need more of them. And the lack of, I mean, like, more normal worlds are alright too. Sure. But worlds like this and beyond a bit, on the other hand, really just define what you could do with this game and what you could do with making worlds in this game, and that is incredible. Uh, just put into one word or just describe it, just simply. So yeah, we really need more of that, and I just really just I already love this world, but now I just love it even more. All right. And this this is probably the second biggest feature of this update because, as you're about to see here, this has a very specific purpose. And it actually really explains why this pattern was down here, because this isn't actually just some ornate random pattern. No, this is a mechanical lock of sorts that is actually used to, as I'll demonstrate in a moment, is actually used to control the floodgates up there that I also believe were added in the new update. I don't think they were there last time I checked. Last time I checked, I think they were completely absent and then just slapped on. But then again, I haven't really visited this world in a while beforehand, so I don't really know. But yeah. Um Here it comes! You fell off. Whoa. And yeah, I know it does flood the entire platform down here, but here's the fucking thing about that. I don't think that is like an oversight, because if it was, then they wouldn't be putting all the water effects down here and stuff. I think that is intentional, and that is part of the thing, because like, if it wasn't part of the entire like water step and the entire you know uh waterfall system basically, then they wouldn't be putting it down here. So I'm pretty sure that was all intentional, and that this was just added like as an extra effect, which again really shows just the level of thought that Vectrail puts into their worlds. They put in, almost fell off, an incredible amount of just thought and just, just basically just like effort into like just making this, just everything they do is just really just making this the best they can. And that I absolutely love them for. This is absolutely just fantastic. And it's just really just an evolution over how the map was previously. And yeah, I just love this. This is just, like, I expected that something like this would eventually be added. But this, and the entire ice thing and all that? Okay, that did exceed my expectations a little bit. That was just, yeah, that's just phenomenal, and was way beyond even my expectations for this world. So, even then, even though I was expecting like something like this would eventually pop up, they still completely subverted and went beyond my expectations. And for that, I absolutely love them. Just really just incredible. Like, I think that this overall, uh, if they weren't already good, which they were, then this just feels like improvement. Like, they really just built upon what they've had in the best way possible and just made it just went even further than I could have anticipated with it. In what is one of the most amazing ways possible, and it's just really just something to behold. And it's just a world that to this day I still absolutely recommend. You should absolutely check this world out. The score still remains the same. All the original points I said in the previous stream I did on this world all remain the same. Just a really just fantastic world that, if you really if you really just want a good world where you could go hang out at and just bring your friends to, then yeah, absolutely come here. It is fantastic. And I love it to death, so yeah. I definitely recommend you check this one out, especially if you have a pretty beefy system, because even though it's Quest compatible does not mean that it's, Quest compatible. Like, it just means it just runs on Quest. It doesn't mean it will work perfectly and perfectly accommodate everyone on Quest. Oh yeah. And I did want to show you one more funny thing before we one more funny thing and then yeah, just one more funny thing. And that is, while I was exploring up here the last time, I found um a cutout. Yeah, I found this little cutout here, and I really did not know what this is all about. Like, if this references something or what. Like, my current theory, is that it's something related to the world. That is something related to, like, either the creator or is related to, like something of that nature. I don't really think. Fuck. Ah! Gotcha! Yeah, I don't really think this is just like some random cutout. God damn it! Yeah, like as I was saying, I don't think this is some random cut. I think this is either related to the world developer, or is related to a friend of theirs, or is like some kind of a like in honor of sort of thing, in honor of a friend who died or whatever. But yeah, I don't really know what this is all about, and I don't really know what this has to do with anything in this world, but yeah, it's there. And it's pretty strange. Pretty strange. Also really unsure what that green triangle up there has to do with anything, but I guess we'll figure out in a future update, or perhaps just never figure out at all. Um, but real quick, before we go, I should get an up-close view of one of those. Just to give you an idea of the scale of this thing, because these are absolutely ginormous. Like, my God Runner is dwarfed by them. So yeah, this is just really just one of the biggest and most fantastic um just structures in this entire map, and it's just really just insane in terms of size, in terms of scale, in terms of all that. But yeah, um so yeah, that is pretty much it for this stream here. In all honesty, I think this is just a huge leap forward, both for Vectrail and for this map. Like, Vectrail really just blew my mind. Like, I was expecting something big to happen, but this was just a whole other level. Like, Vectrail absolutely just basically just blew my mind and went even further than they have ever gone before with this world. And it really shows. Aside from that huge ass rainbow, you now got full, like ice. You got ice, which I might add has a full freezing animation. You now have literal water fountains out the side of the wall, which you can trigger with, discover this little thing down at the bottom of the cave. You have a fully animated galaxy, and like, you can now finally properly access the floating platform without need to use the God Runner or some other flying Avi. So yeah, this is just like, they just really took this world and really took it to the next level with this update, and for that I am really glad. Um, and I just really I really enjoyed my time with this, and I enjoyed taking people here when it was first updated and just showing them all the new cool stuff, and really just figuring it out for myself, because I didn't know originally that all this was gonna happen. I thought they just had the fountains and that was gonna be it, but no, they went so much further than I have expected, and it's just fucking phenomenal. It's just a phenomenal world, and it was just made even more phenomenal, and yeah, I just love it. I just, yeah, it's really quite impressive. And yeah, Also, and also I did, get, all of my general design plans for Rendo Nocturne out of the way. I really kind of narrowed down what I wanted to do with it. So, that's pretty much what I am gonna be doing. Is this 4-phase process where, phase 1 is gonna be getting it to look like chocolate. Phase 2 is gonna be, adding the Skype and all that. Phase 3 is gonna be adding the illustration system, and then phase 4 is, gonna be like adding everything else. And that is pretty much gonna be my my general design plan going forward with Rendo Nocturne. Now the first thing I just need to do is, find where I get the Avi without, wasting a ton of money on it. But I have some friends who can loan me some Rendos, so I'll be able to do that. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Now, what will I be doing tomorrow? Tomorrow there will be no stream. It'll be another day where I'm, sleeping in and shit. And especially because, tonight was the stream night, or was the stream for tomorrow, if it was gonna be, early in the morning. So yeah, no stream tomorrow, and no stream on Wednesday either. Because again, Wednesday was normally my shorter day, so yeah, Wednesdays I just don't do it at all right now. Are these compressed time schedule because of the heat and all that, so yeah. Meaning that officially the next stream will probably be on Thursday or Friday. And that might happen during the day this time. I might actually do it, early in the morning and do some Genshin Impact or some shit. That's probably gonna be what I'm gonna do, in fact. But if I do it at night, then it's probably gonna be more VRChat, because I got a lot of worlds to talk about and take a look at, and I got a lot of shit to talk about, so yeah, there'll be a lot of content over the next few days to look forward to. So yeah, you have a lot of shit to look forward to, for now anyway. So thank you all for watching this wonderful stream here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, whatever, and I'll see you all on either Thursday or Friday for whatever I'm doing then. So yeah, good night, everyone. Stay classy, everyone, and good night. I'll see you all on Thursday or Friday for whatever I have planned then. So yeah, see you there, everyone.